We are back at Paul's. He's got some bumpers on the car. We're going to take a look at those. He's got some other things going on. So buckle up, put it in gear. Let's get the show on the road. All right, we're at Paul's, and it's looking nice. Stuff going on in the car. See some bumpers. Paul, you want to tell us about them?
So lots of progress with this. The bumpers came in Friday, as a matter of fact. They came in Friday, and by Friday night, when I got home, we were chomping at the bit. We took our time and installed the rear bumper, also the front one, but the front one was easy. The back one was a little more difficult because the work that we did on the back section, I had a bumper, a factory bumper, but I didn't have this aftermarket bumper. And so we had to do a little bit of filing of the holes and, you know, kind of make it where we had a little bit of side to side movement to clear the bodyworked areas and things as such. So,
and those are stainless,
polished stainless. Yes. Which,
amazing.
In my opinion, I think polished stainless has a deeper shine than even chrome does. It has a different color, if you want to say it that way, to it. It's shiny and beautiful in the same way that chrome is, but it has a different. Oh, look over here. Well, let's pick the Spitfire. Look at the Spitfire bumper. How bright and like out everything is. It's like a really, and this is dirty. But if you look at the stainless, it's like a more of a subdued, almost richer. That's a good word for it. A richer shine, I think.
Absolutely is. And it'll never pit.
No.
It'll never rust.
Oh, and if it scratches, you can polish it. You can literally take, I could go back with grades of sandpaper and repolish this. It's metal and shiny all the way through as long as you can polish it.
Is the little plastic, rubber, whatever, is that stock?
Yes, these are replicas of the original. There's an original bumper over here, actually. I
see it, yeah.
It's all beat up, but you can see, yes, they're exact copies of the original trim.
And that was originally chrome?
Yeah, this was an original chrome 240 bumper.
So the stainless, it's just this particular company that did them stainless?
Yeah, they're in Thailand. And a lady runs this company, and apparently she does bumpers for Mercedes. You can get a Porsche 911 bumper, you know, a lot of bumpers.
Let's show them what you were showing me earlier, how well this front bumper fits the body line.
Yeah.
Once it's bolted up back
so
there.
If you were to pull this up to its position right here, you can see the line. The line right here is just dead on. I mean, and if you were to look at it from the front, you would see that this and that other side are perfectly centered once the mounts are on. So I can't say enough good about them. They're a really good company, and they really did nail the whole design of these aftermarket bumpers.
Can you still get the chrome ones?
No.
So those.
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah. You can get them aftermarket. Yes, I was thinking from Nissan, but no, you can get them aftermarket. They're good quality. They come from Z-Car Depot, Motorsport, places like that.
What's the price difference?
You know, I never really looked at the. I don't remember. I should say the price of the chrome ones.
Because you knew you were getting these.
And these must be less because I would have chosen these because of the price.
And you said you got 3 sets of these. You needed 3 sets for 3 different cars then.
Yeah.
Right.
We ordered 2 sets just like this, and then 1 set that was only the blades, no rubber, no overriders.
Okay. And this car would have had this?
Yes. And the one that did not have them, the one we ordered for without those was a 280 that he's converting from the giant, fat, heavy bumpers to these.
There's a lot of stuff done in the interior, so let's take a look at that.
The interior throughout the week, it was kind of a bad week this week for working on the car. Tuesday night we had garage night and got almost nothing done except conversation, which I'm not complaining about. It was fine. But we didn't do much on the car except I did install the I'm sorry, not installed, but I cleaned and painted the door strikers on the door side. They're not in yet, but now my doors are absolutely ready to assemble. Door slam, the strikers are in on the jamb. And so once I put the door piece in, there'll be door slamming, window rolling, the whole works. Oh, I also had to paint some airplane parts, so that really cut into my Z time. But it was cool.
Not parts that go on the Z.
No.
Airplane parts
Parts
that go on
for-
airplanes.
Yeah, parts for an airplane, And so today, yesterday, and over time this week, I did get to fully install this tunnel vinyl. It's got, it's kind of like this. Some jute pad glued to the tunnel, and then over the top of that is the aftermarket but really well made diamond cut vinyl. On the side sills here, this is also as factory. It's vinyl glued to some jute pad. You can see it sounds nice and thumpy. This came from Motorsport, Z Motorsport.
Now, from the factory, it would have had carpet under the seat as well?
I don't know, because Fred's early car, Fred has a 70, and it has nothing here. You can see the horsehair padding on the floor under the seat. The fact that it has horsehair under there makes me think that they probably just sound deadened it and didn't put any carpet. So if you're standing outside of Fred's car, you can look down and just see horsehair and nothing. So I don't know if this carpet kit just added this, but I'm not complaining.
Yeah, it does look nice.
It's better, yeah. It looks better.
If you can stand here and see it on the side of the seat, you want something under there.
Yeah, and it doesn't, it's not like I'm going to take away from the value of the car because I have carpet here. You could take it off if you wanted to.
Now, all this here, the wheel well, is that a plastic piece or is that more vinyl?
It's actually this. Good example to show. This all gets glued nice and tightly in this section. Not fitting it right, but you get the idea.
Right.
It fits in here like so, and it all goes a little bit under the corners here so that the carpet will overlay it, kind of like these edges.
Right.
And you'll have a finished edge. On the front here, there's this piece that ends up centering, and it goes to the top here. And you can see when you put it down, it's got a nice finished edge. I guess you can see it right here.
Now, is this how they did all of them? Because this doesn't seem too efficient to put together on an assembly line.
Yeah, it was. They were actually all done like this. The later cars would have had carpet here and carpet here, but yeah, they were pieced together in a 5 to 7 piece, whatever it was, carpet set.
Wow.
In the 280Z, everything was carpeted with thicker padding. Everything was heavier, quieter, more. Can you see my quotes? Luxurious.
Yeah.
So it was a more of a touring car. This was more of a lightweight. This weighs nothing. Sports car.
Now, up here, can you see all this once the windshield's in? Are you painting that?
So these are. I have to take this dashboard back out. When I do that, I'm going to remove these vents, and that's just dirt. That'll get cleaned out. Yes, you can see that through the cowl vent, cowl cover here. There's a cover that screws into these screws and goes up against the windshield gasket and has vents for the defrost in it. I do have that. It's just not painted yet.
Paul was going through his parts and found the door handle, and you can see that after that paint job, there's no way he's going to put that on there.
There's pits in here. First of all, not only the pits, that's just from aging, whatever, but there's sanding scratches in this stuff.
Wow.
Not the previous owner I got it from, but who he bought it from. For instance, the door locks, they didn't take them out of the car to do the paint job, and there were sanding scratches over the top of them. This not only has, probably can see it, some sanding scratches in it, but also the pitting. Would they work? Yes, but
yeah, look at that.
I couldn't put this on, and they're not expensive. They're $39 a piece.
You can't put that on that.
After you've spent this much time and money on something like this, you're not gonna, for $80, say, we're just gonna throw these on there.
Right.
So this is factory looking new.
We are at a point where we jumped from a car that looked like it was ready to go to the scrapyard to a perfect painted shell pretty quickly. But from here on out, I mean, they say, what's that saying? 90% of the work is done at the last 10% of the restoration.
Yep.
So yes, there's a lot in there, but I think it'll take longer to get to that finish line than it did to get to this point. What do you think?
Yeah, because paint and body is a huge chunk of the project, and it's one big project. You sand and paint everything and get all the shell done. Well, then you start doing things like, okay, now I have to completely polish this frame, install that window, polish that frame, install that window, on and on, this frame. Refurbish this. Just refurbishing these emblems took, let's say, an hour each, you know? So it's to the point that the little projects, before you put them on the car to get everything clean, polished, painted, time starts really building up. I did a lot today and mixed it in with, like I said, painting those airplane parts and people showing up and asking about the car. I'm not complaining, but it takes time.
Yeah, and people showing up to video, and talk to you for an hour.
Right, yeah. If you weren't here videoing, I could probably be putting the headliner in right now. Go away. Funding this car, I did sell the Beetle to fund most of this car. A box came in this week.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so...
How much was this box?
Okay, so just let's look at the size of the box. Let's play guess the amount. So this is a box full of horns and rubber trinkets,
miscellaneous,
little things like this. These are for the headlight buckets. This is the grommet that the headlight wiring passes through in the headlight buckets. This little rubber piece right here, very simply goes on the back of the door window frame to the door. Little simple seals and things like that.
Sway bar
mounts. Oh, I splurged, okay? I bought the headlight relay kit that plugs in to the factory harness.
Right, we talked about that in one of the episodes about not running full headlight power through the stalk switch.
Yep, and to save myself from the headache of running all this and making all this wiring harness, I just bought this. Okay, so, a little piece of hose that I thought would be bent or something, but it's pretty simple. So I don't know what I paid for that, but probably too much. So this little box of rubber pieces and pedal pads and whatnot, $411. I got to stop drinking and ordering stuff on Z-Car Depot. It costs a lot of money. So parts are just dumb expensive for these cars. But like I said, I did sell my Volkswagen Beetle. Made some profit on that and used most of that for this car. I'm just a little bit over what I got for the car, which is fine. That's okay. And I'm almost done buying parts, I hope.
So you did sell that on Bring a Trailer. Where was the buyer?
That buyer was in St. Louis, actually.
St. Louis.
That's true. St. Louis, Missouri.
That's not the first car you've sold on Bring a Trailer.
Oh, no. I sold, my friend Will Atkinson does have I have an account, but he does a lot of sales, and he also delivers the cars for whoever purchases them. I've sold the MGB, the TR3, not the Sprite. I sold the Sprite to a friend who actually built the car back in the day. A few others.
And you've never had any issues? Like everything's smooth?
No, and what's great about having Will sell it, if there is an issue, he just ignores them because I don't have to worry about it. No, he doesn't ignore them, but he really describes the car well with me as a teammate with the sale. And Bring a Trailer does a great job of building the story. And what's cool is with Bring a Trailer, this is not an endorsement or anything, but I'm just saying, people can have a conversation about the car while it's on sale and
Right.
ask questions, and you answer it real time as they ask, and it's almost like a forum group.
In fact, I went on there and I posted the video that we did in this garage that had that car in it in the comments for people to go and watch the video.
Yeah.
You got some history about a Datsun that you told me about earlier.
Yeah, kind of the whole reason I have a passion for these Datsuns and Nissans. I was brought home from the hospital as a newborn in a 1969 or 8. I think it was a 69 Datsun 510 station wagon. My dad got out of the Navy and bought this car brand new. Went to Mezzacapo Motors in Alexandria and bought a brand new, I don't know why he got a beige one, but whatever, beige colored Datsun 510 station wagon. Had the dealer AC installed. No, sorry, backtrack that. He had some other options. He had the side molding put on. Everybody did that. I'm going to pay you extra money to drill holes in my car that can later rust.
My brand new car.
Yeah. And for whatever reason, I think they must have thrown it in or made him some kind of a deal that they said, if you buy the car, we'll do this. I'm throwing it in. He had a vinyl top put on it.
On a wagon?
On a wagon. It was a 510 wagon with a vinyl, dealer installed vinyl top.
Oh,
with
man.
the trim around the C-pillar and
more
all that.
holes.
More holes.
More holes.
More holes and more places for vinyl to hold water and cause rust.
Wow.
So he, at the time I was birthed, he had a Datsun 510, which he bought brand new. He had an early Datsun truck with a 1200cc overhead valve engine in it. And so that's what I was born into. 2 Datsuns in the carport. And then, of course,
your first car,
by the time I was old enough to drive, naturally, since that was my dad's first car, we looked at 510s. And I ended up with a 1972 510 station wagon, crazily enough, that is still around today. I owned it for 18 years and then sold it to Fred, and it's actually still in Youngsville. It's still present and running.
We're getting to the point where it's going to come off this dolly that's made of old pallets, I'm sure. I'm certain of it. And
I bought this off the bent wood rack at Lowe's. The rack that's outside, that's all like the secondhand,
right,
like the stuff
you can't build a house with.
But you can build a car rack with it apparently, because yeah, it's straight enough for that.
So we're going to put it over there on the lift, right, and just kind of lift it up.
Yeah. So this week is going to be hopefully a week of I want to assemble the doors. But at this point, it's getting kind of hard to roll on my little makeshift pallet rack here. So I don't want to put that extra weight on this rack. It's time now to get it on the lift, raise it up, get it off the rack, and use the rack for other arts and crafts. And then I can start, well, the rack is going to be a twofold positive. It's going to give me the ability to lift and lower the car as I need to work on the interior or under. And it'll also give me the opportunity to undercoat the bottom of the car and start to install things like the suspension. Believe it or not, it's kind of close to being a roller. All we have to do is paint the suspension parts, and I can start installing. I have all the bushings, all the nuts and bolts and everything ready to put the suspension under it. Once that happens, wheels, I mean, it'll roll. So then the gas tank is actually kind of neat. It needs to be painted on the exterior, but the interior has been boiled and cleaned and then epoxy coated. It's not even like a cream or anything coating. It's actually epoxy coated, so it's literally ready to go back in once it's painted. So putting it on the lift will do those things. I can get a lot more done.
Right. So once it's up there, it's kind of just stationary until you can get those wheels on it. Have you made a choice on wheels? Have you got some you can just roll it on?
No, not anymore, because I brought the slotted mags to my friend Ethan in Denham Springs, he is the owner of my original car. Pretty much, I think Tuesday night, we came to the decision, myself, Jeremy, and Fred, came to the decision that we're going to use my original snowflakes off of my red car.
Oh, nice.
But we're going to paint them this color in the centers. So
Okay.
they will match the trim, but glossier. I'm going to clear it with real automotive clear, but this color gray, and use those with some 60 series tires.
Very nice. I really like those wheels. It's got the kind of Trans Am feel to it.
Yeah, or like a BBS. Well, it's not as many spokes, I guess you would call them, or cross hatches as a BBS, but it's kind of that kind of, they call them honeycombs.
Well, guys, you see this shirt? I have this kind and others like it on Facebook page, facebook.com/shopdriveitwear. You can look at the different kinds. You can place an order and get you one of these or one of my others. I'd appreciate it. But for now, I think we're going to close out this episode. Paul, anything else you want to say?
No, just look out for next week. We hope to make a lot of progress this week because I'm done with the airplane parts, and hopefully we'll have better weather throughout the week so I can get out here and finish out this interior. At this point, not to go long, but at this point, literally the entire interior can be assembled. I can start painting panels, installing plastic, and getting it really finished out once it's on the lift.
Right. So next episode, it might be flying up on that lift. It might have suspension parts on it. They might have suspension parts ready to go on it. We just don't know, and that's why we just keep checking in. So until then, just drive it.